we all know someone who is hard to get along with, maybe a neighbor or relative who you can't quite crack, you can't quite figure out. My next guest is sharing strategies to help handle people who can be difficult. Studio 5 relationship coach Dr. Matt Townsend says knowing a few communication techniques can help us interact with all types of personalities. I can't wait to get into this because we all know someone.
Oh yeah.
And as I was
and if you don't, you probably are that
You're
person.
that person. Okay, okay, self moment in the mirror. No, but I was thinking about it. I don't know that I could label anyone in my life as difficult, but I could label someone as negative. And to me, that becomes difficult.
Oh yeah, negative, the gossiper, the person that says exactly what they think. And they say it immediately. So any of these things can take you off guard. But one of the things to remember about all of this, you can't get them to change. You can't stop what they're doing, but you can get really good at handling more difficult people or trickier people.
Okay.
And so it's one of the things I would love everybody to be thinking about is let's learn to do this so we can use the skills over a lifetime instead of just working with that one person.
Is there a common mistake we make when trying to work with these people?
Yeah, we react to them. We react to them. And one of my first principles is simply, you have to lead this interaction. You've heard me say this a million times. Never follow the lead of the most relationally challenged person. So don't take their lead. So if they start gossiping, that doesn't mean you have to gossip. If they say something in order to startle you, there are people that just want to shock you. And if you get all shocked and freak out about it, then they know it worked.
Like why? They thrive on that attention?
Well, everybody's just different. And some people just think that that's fun. Like, have you ever had the person, growing up, it was the tease that just teased you ad nauseum until you couldn't stand them anymore? Well, sometimes those people just turn into adults. And they just keep teasing you. So if you keep reacting to what they're doing, then you give them kind of the rope and they start leading you around the circus. What I want everybody to start doing is saying, I'm a leader in every conversation. I don't have to react to you. I don't have to get mad because of what you said. I don't have to believe. I don't have to ignore you or fight with you. I can start to be in charge of this process.
So I'm a people person. I like to think of myself as a people person. I communicate with different types of personalities all day long.
All day long.
And I find myself a lot of times trying to crack that person. Like if they're difficult or negative, let me figure you out, and that might help. Does that even matter?
No, well, no, it does, because to me, that's a great way to look at it. Get this as a skill. You're not a victim of somebody's weird, odd personality. Start learning that when they bring it to me, I can turn it away. I can take it to another level. But the neat thing about it, and I see it a lot when you guys do your show, you don't know what's going to happen with every guest, but you try to anticipate as much as you can. Producers anticipate, and so one of the next rules is anticipate what you can about the crazy person or the one with the weird, tricky personality. Anticipate it. You might even know that you've got a person on your business team that every time somebody comes and presents something, they derail it. So if you know that, anticipate it. Think ahead. What's this guy going to do? What's this gal going to do? And start maneuvering your message so that you can handle it. Prepare your outcome or your response to somebody before you even go in. Now, you can't know everything that's going to happen, but the more prep you have, the more things you can drop back on and fall back into.
That's genius. And think of how it could smooth over family dynamics.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The same people bring the same quirks to Thanksgiving dinner table
holiday.
Every year. So anticipating what you can and not letting them get you riled up. Is it really about you or is it about them?
It's, you know what, here's the reality, I think, of all life. Whatever someone else does is always about them. So don't take it personal is the next rule. Do not take personally what somebody that isn't so great relationally does. If you take it personally, then that may have been why it was intended. And so it's actually working. Don't give them that power. So don't take it personally, but also remember, you can't influence someone you don't understand. So if you can stay in and not take it personal, then actually I can try to work better and stay closer to the person. They may be just trying to move you away from them. They may not even be trying to endear you. They may be trying to keep you away. But I'm not going to run away. I'm just not going to take it personally. I'm going to say, what do you mean by that? I might try to get more clarity. Are you serious? Did you seriously just say that?
So kind of call them out a little bit.
Call them out a little bit. Try to get more data out of them.
Okay.
But don't run. Tell me why you would do that. Why would you say that way? And you don't have to be offended, but just try to gather as much data from them as you can.
Yeah.
Because the more data you get from them, the better and the more clear you're going to be moving forward.
Dr. Liz Hale always says get curious. And that's what you're saying.
Exactly
get data, get curious, pull it out of them.
That's right.
And
it's hard to get curious to someone that's scary. Right?
Yeah.
One of the rules is always that whoever, we pay attention to the least predictable person. So if the craziest, least predictable person walked into the newsroom, everyone would pay attention to him.
Right.
Nobody pays attention to just the most predictable person. So this person might be just garnering attention because it gives them some power. So pay attention to it, but don't give them all the credit. Don't give them everything that they necessarily need or want or scream. Instead, try to lead it to a healthier way that they can get the attention.
We've all been in a conversation. I found myself in one about a month ago on the phone where it feels like the Twilight Zone. Like,
totally.
is this really happening? Are you really
totally.
saying that?
Yeah.
You say even in those situations, we've got to stay present.
You got to stay present in the Twilight Zone. Remember, you can't know something that you're never a part of. You have to be in the space to understand the space. It's like public speaking. It could be terrifying to think of speaking in front of 5,000 people until you've actually done it and you're in the space. And when you're in the space and present and you know what you're going to do, it's the most incredible thing you've ever experienced.
So we're not forecasting what we're going to say or how we're going to react. We're just there.
That's right. And don't run away. Don't think away. Don't hope you could get away. Actually, just stay in the moment. So when somebody does something quirky, don't need to leave. Don't, just stay. And then what will happen, you'll actually get used to the space. And when you get used to the Twilight Zone, it actually becomes a pretty interesting place. It's pretty cool. You wouldn't think that,
hang out there
it's
for a
pretty
minute?
amazing when you are. I do it all the time with people that are in intense conversations, like fights.
Yeah.
And at first, it used to make me want to leave and run away, but now I can just kind of sit in it like it's a hot tub and just experience what's going on.
The Twilight Zone hot tub.
And then things slow down. It's pretty cool.
I like that. You want us to view these difficult people, these difficult, negative conversations as a learning opportunity.
Learn as you go. The whole goal of, I think, all of our life experience, social skills, let's just keep learning as we go. We're not supposed to have all the skills now. As the more people we meet, the more experience we get, the better and better we get at this, which means by the time you're 50 or 60 or 70, you're going to be so good at people. You're going to know how to deal with them. You're going to know how to make everyone feel comfortable. The quirky and the real sincere, the ones that are a little more insecure, you're going to know how to work with people. It's power.
It's power. It's a great gift,
it's
too,
so
that you
awesome.
have. You're really good at it. And you're helping couples improve their communication at a workshop coming up.
This is one of my favorite things we do, too. It's called the Real Communication class, and what we do is we bring couples in, and for about 5 to 6 hours we work on your communication. We teach you how to talk, how to get real, how to recognize emotion, explore each other's story, how to lift every conversation, and we practice for about 5 hours, 5.5 hours, and by the end you're kissing and you're communicating. It's
That's
beautiful.
That's the win-win combination.
That's right.
I ran into a couple not too long ago who had taken that very class, and they were just raving.
It's so awesome.
It was so helpful. We sign up on your website?
Yeah, go to matttownsend.com. By the way, the date is March 24th.
Okay.
I'd sign up soon because we're holding this one in my office, and that can hold about 60 people. So
all right.
hurry
Townsend,
up.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Brooklyn.